Matt Moylan. 3 Origins, 1 Test match. Wonderful player. As South Sydney come on out. Of course, down on Origin players. No Inglis, no Crichton, no Gagai, no Cook. And they've got a massive job on their hands. Robbie Farah plays his first NRL game tonight. His love of the game obviously will never end. When I look at Robbie, I think about Damien Cook. Back in 16, he was battling with Cameron McInnes. In 17, this man came on the scene. Damien Cook battled out with Robbie Farah. Look at Damien Cook tonight. He's an Origin player. John Sutton is he's on track for 300 in round 19 this year.
First South Sydney player to get to 300. That's remarkable.
It's surprising, really, for a foundation club.
Gee, you look trim, Rabs. You look like you've been in training for this Origin campaign as well.
Yeah, I played a couple of ends at the Hills Club today. Trims you down as Burgess brings it out. The VB Friday night match is underway. Just inside the 20-metre line. And that's the lock forward, Murray. So Cameron Murray. And a mistake from South. Well, it wasn't a mistake that was going to hurt them. Dived on by Reynolds. They've gone away now to Sam Burgess, who's been in superb form when he's been on the ground.
Yeah, I like that. I like seeing a knock-on called as a knock-on. Sorry, knock back on that occasion. Play on.
So, Tom Burgess wearing the 8. This is George with the long hair anyway. So they're easy to distinguish now with George going for the longer cut. We'll call it the Whanoa cut. And Reynolds puts a high kick down to Edric Lee, who's playing fullback. Former Raider, came to the Sharks last year. 20-metre line for him, played to Moylan, gone to Katoa with that, what do you call that, ponytail or pigtail, Gus? Ramian.
Prefer Tony.
Okay. Ramian heading for Newcastle next year. Latelli, the centre partner, he's heading for the Super League in Toronto. Or should I say to the Super League via Toronto. What do they call them? The Wolfpack. Cronulla get the first penalty. And they'll find the line on the eastern side.
South Sydney got to be careful with this too, because Cronulla are really good from set starts. Coming in with penalty sets, rehearsed plays. So I don't want to give them too many penalties where they come into attacking zone.
Lewis, 58 Origin games on display out there for Cronulla tonight. 58 Origin games. It was 70 before Dugan was ruled out, played by Fafita, gone to Townsend, behind a runner, and then gone on to Moylan, another decoy runner, and now Lee. So Big Edric will play the ball 10 out. Lewis, now Gallen, angles the play towards the uprights. Brayley into dummy half. Pryor wants it, does he? No, behind him. Moylan, cross. Here's a chance for Graham. I thought he might have bounced with momentum into the in goal. And so it's come from Brayley back to Moylan. Moylan away to Latelli. Drops it on the ground to give somebody else a chance. Fecky goes long. Townsend in the middle of the ground. Grubber kick. Might be okay.
Goal line.
Just to put out by South. He's called goal line.
Yeah, kept a cool head there. Chad Townsend, although he had plenty of time to kick that. Wade Graham going so close to scoring here. George Burgess closes it down. And they kept the ball alive in the last. Chad Townsend summed up the situation, dribbled it through. South Sydney forced to play at it.
Wade Graham.
10 seconds.
Not much football leading up to the selection of the New South Wales side. Ditto Josh Dugan, I suppose. So some of the selections made by New South Wales were inevitable, I guess. And then, of course, Fafita made himself ineligible. Talking of him, here's the big man. Remember the game he had in, was it Origin 1 last year? Big Andrew Fafita.
Cameron, come on.
Deciding he wants to play for Tonga. That's fair enough. Penalty goes Cronulla. Brayley is looking
What are you doing, mate?
at his captains, Graham and Gallen.
Take the 2.
And Gallen says, we'll take the 2. We'll take a break. So welcome back to ANZ VB Friday Night Football, and a presentation two-pointer for Cronulla to be taken by Chad Townsend, running down towards the northern end of this ground, the river end. Parramatta River runs pretty much adjacent to that end of the ground. And Townsend trying to grab the first points of the game via a penalty goal. It's on its way. The flags go up. So it's 2-0 in favour of Cronulla. She's happy. Andrew Johns, you happy?
Well, it's a bit cold, Rabs, but that's another story. Of course I'm happy. I'm at the footy. Just keep an eye on Sam Burgess tonight. He's playing on the right side with Angus Crichton being in state of origin. Just think Sam Burgess there, he's on screen, he's in for a big game. He's opposite Matt Moylan, so that's the target for Sam. So watch that battle within a battle when Sam gets some space and winds up at Moylan. Should be a good one.
Moylan, as I said, playing his 100th tonight. Spent the major part of his career, of course, with Gus's Penrith Panthers. So here we go, we're underway again. That's a very high kickoff of the Kyle Felt mould, and Gallen it is that'll play the ball back on his own 10. Fafita, and he's able to break the tackle of Murray. Wednesday night, of course, the telecast starting at 7 from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The entire team, the entire commentary team will be there. Wally Lewis, Darren Lockyer will be talking to Brad Fittler, talking to Kevin Walters, Peter Sterling, Gus Gould, Andrew Johns. It doesn't get any better, believe me, working alongside names like that.
Don't forget Fatty.
And of course the fat man, I'm sorry. Once you start reeling off names, you're bound to forget somebody. As Graham was tackled. Happy hunting ground too for the fat Melbourne Cricket Ground. Sam Burgess. So it's gone through Murray and gone over then to Walker, and Walker got the ball away to Dewey. This is the youngster who played under Brad Fittler in the World Cup for Lebanon. George Burgess. South Sydney have developed the habit of warming up in their own dressing rooms, which they're custom built, really, the dressing rooms for South, because they use this as their home ground. And because they warm up in their dressing room, because of the fact that it's Origin weekend, there's a few players out there, I've got to be honest, I've never seen them before, but none of them at this point in time have touched the ball. So Brayley gets it to Pryor. Matthew Pryor, who had a 31st birthday a couple of days ago. Playing it on the halfway. Browley uses a blindside to Lewis, and out the back an awful pass to Townsend. He's dived on over there by Hymel Hunt, I do believe. Now Moylan reefs it high, and it's taken. There's a chance on here for South. Burns it is in 3. 43 out.
Well, the Sharks chasers all went past the football. Couldn't believe it, the centre 3/4, that he had open space in front. Didn't have the speed to go on with it, Ray.
Hymel Hunt. Penalty goes to South.
Not quick, mate, not quick. Just headbox. I'll take it here. HR will leave him, mate.
So Henry Paranara is the lead referee and Matt Checken is the assistant.
It's only 32 metres out, not far from in front. South Sydney decline.
And here's Tom. 10 metres out, almost in the centre. Down 2-0. Here is George. 2 tries in his last 2 games. Another penalty.
No. Leave it down, man. Thank you. Yep.
Well, this is a gift for Adam Reynolds, who's picking up the football now.
Mark's up here, mate. Yep.
Sorry? 2?
Yeah, taking the 2.
2? Taking 2.
We'll take a break. So we're back looking down the ground from the southern end, and Adam Reynolds about to put a couple of points in the bag. He's taking his time. I think they've got 80 seconds from the time the penalty's awarded to take it. And for a kicker of his ability, he's certainly taking advantage of the clock. I don't know that it's necessary this time in the game, though. So the flags are up. It's 2 points all, and Andrew Johns is doing sideline tonight.
It was a great take from that bomb. There it is by Moylan. Absolutely nailed this torpedo. And Braden Burns, great catch there. And he gets away. I've got to give him a rep, Braden Burns. I remember one of his first games out at Penrith last year. Nathan Cleary absolutely terrorised him with those floating torpedo bombs, and he had a bit of a nightmare. But great start for Braden Burns. Glad to see him catch one of those bombs.
You were right, Peter Sterling. Ricky Latelli went about 5 metres too far.
There were 3. Past it. I know the ball was swirling around, but I figure if you're watching it, you've got a fair idea where it's going to come down in relation to where you're positioned.
It could be taken as positive that he didn't have any eyes for the football. So Souths level at 2-2 now. They fired out the back, and Reynolds goes away to Burgess. Samuel getting it up towards halfway. The red and green, the bunnies. Big George starting to show a bit of the grand final form. Reynolds to the line. A good run for Reynolds. Joining in Walker. It's gone back to Sutton. Sutton gets it back for Burgess. And Tom Burgess, he scores at the southern end. Wow, what about that? Reynolds took him on.
Well, it's brilliant. And South Sydney have been doing this regularly all season. The rapid movement of the ball from one sideline back to the other opens them up in the middle of the field. Harvey Norman replay, goes straight to the line, turns back inside to Sutton, who played this really coolly. Looked one way, went back the other. And Tom Burgess, for the second week in a row, is able to score. Harvey Norman replay.
Well, that's it, potent side, the left side. Cody Walker did a great job there, attracted 2 defenders. Johnny Sutton back on the inside. Great to see a front row backing up through the middle there. Sam Burgess, he'll be concerned. Both his brothers have got 2 tries already each this season.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row for Tom, and as I pointed out earlier, George had already racked up 2 tries in his last 2 matches. Andrew, a comment?
It's just perfect passing from the halves there. Ball playing's about how far you go into the line. Reynolds sums it up perfectly. How far he goes, then gives Cody Walker the ball. Look at that ball from Cody Walker. Absolutely perfect timing from both halves. Great play there to the Bunnies.
Yeah, you just saw Luke Lewis over-chased a little bit on the inside there. He went through and grabbed Walker, who I think was already covered, and that opened up the hole back on the inside for Sutton.
So 6-2 at the moment in favour of South Sydney. It's about to become 8-2 after 14 minutes of play. High shot down from where we commentate here on the western side of ANZ. And again, Tom Burgess carries the ball back on kick reception. That's Hunt in the orange boots. And then Farah sneaks out and pops the ball to Murray. Cameron Murray almost up to halfway now. George Burgess will make halfway. Wednesday night, of course, we go to the hallowed turf of the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Home of the 56 Olympics, home of Australian rules, home of the Boxing Day Test. And the big spaces down there, they're a little bit hard for the boys to get used to. This is a very good chase by Souths.
Well, it's a brilliant kick. And watch how Reynolds sums this up. He gets a little bit of time with the ball. He goes to do one kick, and then he realises, I have to get this right down on the try line. This comes down inch perfect. Have a look at the winger where he's got to stand. He's got to stand in the field of play, can't get his foot into the in goal. And when he turns around, there's plenty of chasers to throw him back. That is brilliant there from Adam Reynolds.
Yeah, and a really good chase as well. And he tried to get down Fecky. 3 players arrived, in fact 4 eventually. Gave him no chance to get on the deck and stay in the field and play.
So Murray it is that carries the ball back to the 30-metre line. The Rabbits are hungry. Well done. It's misdirected, but he got a ball away that was catchable. Dewey with the ball. It was Sam Burgess that threw that pass. Here he is again, back in the line, taking almost the next play. What an athlete. Reynolds again. Flat ball, came down to Walker. Gone to Dewey. And he's taken back about 5 metres by Townsend. They pump away at the blind side, and Hunt, he had the arm free. He could have unloaded, but Luke Lewis got himself between the ball and the proposed catcher. Now Farah, and now it comes to Reynolds. He drops the ball and is taken by Moylan. It's good work by Matt Moylan there. Required very quick reflexes. The telly.
And we saw Ricochet last night work for the Cowboys. This one nearly sat up. That was played at by Wade Graham. Burgess and Burns were coming through looking for it. A timely take from Moylan. It's Katoa now coming in off his wing to help out.
So Townsend now for Feeder. To the halfway line. Play over on the eastern side. Townsend stabs one down to Jennings.
Well, I think he was looking for the sideline, which might mean that he thought his forwards needed a bit of a spell.
That's Graham, by the way, that tall youngster that made that run. He's only 18 years of age. So Murray unloading the ball there to Tola.
Yeah, he's on for George Burgess, who came up with a pretty productive opening 18 minutes. As again, that structure down the left from the South Sydney side.
Heinel Hunt trying to poke his nose through. And this is the last tackle for South. Oh, gee, that's a bad pass. It's Reynolds that puts a grabber through. Moylan's there covering. And he finds the turf.
Off the mark. He surrendered, mate. Tomahawk. Yeah,
Well, they've had plenty of football in the last 5 to 10 minutes, South Sydney, and they're all over Cronulla. As a result of that, at this stage, as Edric Lee is forced to throw a pass, he was going back in goal. Fecky could end up there anyway.
They're very busy, Andrew, South, aren't they?
The energy down here, Rabs, is all with South Sydney. I know it's their home ground, but all the energy, and I got to say, Cronulla look pretty flat. There's Wade Graham here. He's in a draw. I got to say that they're quite flat. The noise coming out of the bunnies down here, they're buzzing.
Well, this will be interesting on replay. What's happened to Wade Graham? Reynolds is in there, and there's a knee, an accidental knee, that belonging to Sam Burgess.
And he's had a few of these, Wade Graham, over the last couple of seasons. Sometimes he passes the HIA, sometimes he doesn't, but that could easily be the end of his night. Not for 1 minute suggesting he's susceptible to it, but he has left the field several times in the last 2 years with HIA. He'll have to go off now. It's a nasty knock. Bang. Right under the ear.
It's a fairly big knee as well, belonging to Sam Burgess. Well, he's got to go off because he stayed down. Isn't that the rule?
Pretty much.
If you show signs, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. If you wobble or stay down for any length of time. I mean, it's a nasty knock on the side of the jaw. I guess he'd be more worried about a broken jaw at the time, but he's had several of these HIAs now, so they've got to be careful with him.
Good, Jay.
Jason Bakuya in 17. Man to come on.
On 3. Rightio. Use your foot. Go.
So Moylan. Let me take you down to Andrew again.
He just walked past Wade Graham, had a really good look at him. He's talking to the trainer. He's actually having a look at the replay now. Talking to the trainer. It looks okay. As long as there's no structural damage to the cheekbone, I think he may be back.
Well, they've gone nowhere. They're kicking from inside their own 10. Townsend does a decent job to get it over halfway, but Dewey will bring it back 15.
He's a nice mover, this kid. Played Australian rugby schoolboys. I think he went to St Patrick's at Strathfield, did you tell me, David? Just outside the 20-metre line, Cronulla's end, and it's been all South Sydney. Poor old Cronulla. They've almost been down in the Shire, and they're guarding the southern end. Here's Reynolds, held it back a little bit. Dewey, back and across. The 17 is Tola. Brayley and Fafita, they're all exhausted just about. It's been defence, and more of it. Played by Tom. Farah's pass long. It's gone out to Dewey. Off the side of the boot, and he goes dead. It's a 7-tackle set for Cronulla.
Yeah, not sure he needed the kick there. I've got to say, just watching this tonight, and even in the last couple of weeks, Adam Reynolds' passing game has improved out of sight in the way he delivers the ball to forwards outside and creates extra numbers. It's much better than it's ever been. Adam Reynolds, very impressive.
So there's a problem there for Burns. Andrew, have you got a sight on that?
Yeah, it's a knee. It's a left knee. You can see him hobbling there in the shed. But as soon as it happened, he put his hand straight up to the bench. I doubt if he'll be back. His night's over.
So who have they got ready? Or has he gone out?
Fui
Mayono.
Mayono, yeah. He'll play right centre. So he's a back rower playing in the centre. Could be a target there for the Sharks.
Well, I'll leave him to you, Fui Mayono.
No problem. I can spell it backwards if you want.
Yeah, he played plenty of centre as a youngster coming through the system. He was a Parramatta junior. He was actually a Penrith junior, played with Parramatta. Played plenty of centre. He's a centre converted into the back row, so he'll be at home out there on the edge.
What about this VB index?
Fellas, Mark back here.
Down here from eternity.
Back here,
simple
fellas.
lost ball there. Paul Gallen inside of Chad Townsend. Who leads the way after 21? Cameron Murray in the 13 jersey for South Sydney tonight. And the two Burgess boys, the twins, Thomas and George. The next wonderful try-saving tackle in the last set of 6 from Matt Pryor on Tom Burgess, one-on-one. A simple handover from the Sharks, now 38 from South Line.
Strangely enough, possession, if I'm reading it correctly, is there's the average distance run. Rabbitohs up at 50 and the Sharks at 34. I'm just trying to get possession for you. It's looking to me like it's 52% of the Sharks. Gee, that's hard to fathom. Here's a ball out the back for Farah. Support from Totola. And he struggles his way down to the 20-metre line, down the middle. Walker changes the point of the attack back to Reynolds. Again, he takes them on, and Murray was with him.
He's so improved.
On 5. So Farah again. Reynolds again. It might have been knocked on there by Lewis. It's 6 more. Do they know Walker's got it? Yes, they do. 11 out from the line, down the middle. And here's Sam. 5 out. South 8-2 in front. They're wheeling and dealing, and they get the penalty.
Well, that was the deliberate one. I don't know any of the ones earlier were deliberate, but that was the we need a breath.
Going to take a kick at goal, and we'll take a break. So welcome back to ANZ. It's 8-6, but that's about to change with Adam Reynolds to raise the flags again.
Yeah, I know this takes an outside a converted try in front, but Cronulla are quite happy with that for Ferdy giving away that penalty. They were about to be opened up. I think there was more points on offer. Hard to turn them down when they're in front of the post, and it puts you outside 6. With the Sharks, they were back on the heels and really vulnerable.
Queensland Intrust Super Cup coming up on Saturday on 9. Capras versus Townsville Blackhawks at Rocky. Live and free from 1 through Queensland. And New South Wales Intrust Super Premiership, North Sydney Bears versus the Dragons at North Sydney Oval. Live and free from 1 across New South Wales. And that's where Robbie Farah's been playing most of his football. And that's what I said. There's no boundaries to the love of this game for the former Origin man, Robbie Farah. 20 metres out, he'll go to dummy half. A run for Murray. Taken by Gallen and Braylon. Let's have a look at the completions. 11 from 11, the Rabbits. And 7-8. 7 from 8 by the Sharks. This is Murray again. Another Cameron in the game. Sam Burgess. It's become quite a popular name, hasn't it, Cameron? Whoa, this is dangerous. Oh, it's gone straight to Jennings. Cronulla tried to heel the ball or put a boot to the ball to kill it. Knocked out there of Burgess's grasp. And he said a knock on.
Trying to make a tackle. Chase, come take this one, mate.
Oh, that's huge.
Shot clock starts.
Again, Cronulla are in trouble. Toa coming in, realised he couldn't get there to catch it on the full. He tried to trap it. Went straight to Jennings.
that replay probably aids and abets the complaint of Tom Burgess. But
Seconds lock, hop in.
he said loose carry.
Ben, thanks, mate.
I don't mind that.
Lock, get in.
I like it. If you're running with the ball and it ends up on the ground, you lost it.
That's it. Yeah, I understand that's the collective opinion of people like yourself. I don't mind it either.
And if the front rower of that size up against Matt Moylan,
Yeah.
you've got every right to help with the football.
Exactly. So here's Jason Bakuya. That Cameron story I started reminds me of Scott Sattler when he was replaced in the Queensland side by a bloke called Cameron Smith. And the boys at training said, how could you be replaced by a bloke by the name of Cameron in this game of ours? And Scott tells it when he's guest speaking, and it always gets a laugh. But now there's an abundance of them. Bakuya, 12 out, 20 in. Brayley will go to Townsend, will he? No, he's gone over to Paulo, and then it's gone to Townsend. Then Moylan, beautiful work with the hands, and Edric Lee will play the ball. Gee, they're talented, some of these kids. It's Joseph Paulo, and that's how close he is. Brayley for Lewis on the charge. That's excellent on-line defence by South.
That's brilliant.
So Fafita runs a slow decoy out to Moylan. Off the leading edge of the boot. Picked up there by Graham. No. But that's a double movement to get back
on the goal line
into the field of play. So it'll be a line dropout. He came down short. He grounded the ball purposefully. There was a player on him with a hand on him, so that's a tackle.
As I said earlier in the game, like, you've got to reduce the number of times Sharks get set shots at you, line dropouts and penalties where they can come in and put together a set of 6. They're infinitely more dangerous in those occasions.
Top 10 metres gained. Murray, then Tom, then Sam, then George. To keep it brief. Moylan nearly went into touch, but he didn't. There were 2 blades of grass between the point of his toe and the sideline. Here it is again, and it's okay.
Well, we had some South Sydney touch judges in front of us here, the fans. They went up as one. They all had their flags raised.
Yeah.
Had to take it back when they saw the replay.
Fafita played it on the 30. Townsend's run 10. Moylan gives it quickly. Lewis puts a little kick in. Well weighted Jennings. Jennings lost the ball. But it's been grounded according to the ref by Dewey, I fancy. Or maybe Jennings put some downward pressure on it, I'm not sure.
This is what the Sharks can do to you. They're very good at controlling the ball. Once they get a run of possession, they can really start to turn the screws on you. Now 2 forced line dropouts on a row. They'll be coming in with something here against a fatiguing South Sydney defence.
10-2 the score. Luke Lewis. Moylan marking it on halfway. The 16 is Siyamana Fanai, former Tiger.
Big contact there from Sam Burgess. Feeder now inside the 30.
Back for Brayley. Now it's with Bakuya. 23 metres out from the try line. Brayley away for Paulo. Then a pass to the suspect to Siyamana Fanai. Geez, he got buckled over awkwardly. That's a penalty.
Inside the 10, not quick.
Tola has had a second effort at him.
Yeah, they look ready to crack here, South Sydney. I think had that ball been played quickly, they were in big trouble to their left.
He's had some nice touches, Joseph Paulo, in 14. Since coming off for Cronulla. Combined well with Townsend on the far side. Nearly put a man right to on that occasion. See Manafanai. 10 out.
So Townsend has come from the blind to the open, and Fafita knocks on into the hands of Dewey. South are off the hook. Hunt. Farah. Jennings. Outside 30. 14 is Paulo. Now Sutton, blindside. 5 metres on their own side of halfway. VB Friday Night Football. Live and free on Channel 9. Play by Totolo. A run for Farah. Only one marker. And a reversing marker. Knocked on by Souths. And that's a relief for Cronulla.
Yeah, Cody Walker, I don't think was expecting that. Robbie Farah looked like going to ground last minute, flicked it out the back. It's been very entertaining football. It was too last night at Brookvale Oval. This time of year, sometimes with Origin players missing, it can get a bit messy, but it's actually good quality here tonight.
Comment sideline from Andrew.
Yeah, a few players have gone for the night. The Rabbitohs centre, Braden Burns, he's got a cartilage problem, so he's gone for the night. They say he'll be out for a couple of weeks. And Wade Graham, he hasn't passed his HIA, so he's also gone for the night.
Gee, Andrew Fafita's done plenty of juggling out there. Managing most times, except once, to hang on to it. Latelli. With that mop-like haircut, Ricky, up to the halfway line. Brayley thought about getting rid of it, and then he got hit by a double Burgess, a double Burger. Now Townsend, now Lewis, now Ramian. This is the last. And that's a penalty now.
Hold on.
Came up with the foot.
Wait. Sam.
He sent it back. He's calling for the captain,
No
I
more.
think.
No more. No, not now. No more.
See, if my thought is, if you think it's intentional or deliberate, just give them 5 in the bin. You'd stop all this. You'd stop all this. I know it's hard to be certain about deliberate and intentional, but at the end of the day, you've got the whistle. If you want your authority back, give them 5 straight away. Don't say that's 4, no more.
Well, Brayley will be stopped shortly. He's got blood streaming from his head.
There he is, getting it away to Fafita. Oh, good ball out the back. Brayley did well as well. Now there's a knock on in there. George Burgess clutching at his jaw.
Referee saying he got a little bobble here on the ground. Strong run by Fafita. Some players really starting to hurt out here tonight.
To finish, mate.
Just going back to Wade Graham and the fact that he failed his HIA again. Here it is, Fafita charging at the line, turns quickly, pops it out the back. And they're saying that Brayley will bobble it underneath there. He actually loses it a little bit. Let's have a look. Oh, it's Brayley at the other end. That's not the tackle he bobbled. Yeah, just there are concerns for Wade Graham with this HIA because when he goes off, he rarely passes the HIA. It's happened a number of times over the last 2 years. Very concerning.
Edric, arms around, mate.
Talking about a very highly talented footballer too, which makes no difference really. We've just got to worry about the welfare of players, because they'll be hard to convince that you've got a problem. They hate coming off on the stretcher. They hate coming off. Sam Burgess. Sunday football. Roosters versus Tigers at Allianz. That's live and free on 9 from 3 o'clock at Allianz. Roosters and Tigers. When they rebuild Allianz, if I'm not around, Gus, could you get them to put a lift into the commentary boxes up in the bleachers?
have a statue of you in it.
Reynolds driving it down. Never mind about me, but I'll tell you what, you've got to be Sir Edmund Hillary to get up there to the television boxes. The radio blokes, they're okay. They said we want to go down 3 levels.
We've already got a statue of you, haven't we? Somewhere? Young? Junee.
Yeah. Ramian. Lee, Moylan, Townsend. Now Ramian. He's got Lewis outside him. Put down over there by Hunt. Lewis is the running dummy half. Picks up Townsend in support. 25 out. George Burgess and Robbie Farah, the tacklers. Moylan puts a little bomb up and battered down by Fecky. Gone to Lee, gone to Moylan. It's the last tackle. Gone to Fafita. Look out. Here he comes. Fee-fi-fo. It's gone to ground. Souths have got it. Penalty now, holding on to John Sutton too long.
I know all fans, no matter what club you support, cheer and boo the referee. That's what fans do. But no one does it better than the South Sydney fans. They're the world champions.
Are they louder? Or are they more insistent? Or are they better judges? Or?
They're relentless. They're louder.
Better educated. So Sutton comes back. Dewey. Imagine watching him on television that he's as big as he is. He's quite a big kid. George Burgess.
He's the tallest halfback I've ever seen. That's why we saw him first in first grade. His last tackle now.
Walker dodges over 20, goes long. Sutton's there, one-handed offer. Still going. Broke the tackle, puts a little toe poke on it, and Cronulla will line drop out.
Well, that was really, really skillful from John Sutton.
Jeez, he's playing with confidence, isn't he?
He is. I've got a bit of a theory about the South Sydney forwards and their rejuvenation this season. Shows it, looks for the offload, doesn't do anything silly, and then just off the side of the foot, puts it into the end goal. Katoa's got nowhere to go. But all this ball movement, this new ball movement from South Sydney and the willingness to stretch the opposition from sideline to sideline, it's what's brought the South Sydney forwards back into it. Because the Burgesses, they're actually stretching the opposition, and the Burgesses aren't just running one out all the time. So when they come onto the ball, they've got the opposition stretched a little.
They went shallow with the line drop out, and Robbie Farah took the ball on the full, then took the tackle. This is Hunt.
It's a very big set of 6 in the context of the game.
So Reynolds finds Totola. Right in front, 10 out. Farah goes to Reynolds, then to Sutton. Crouching passes to Walker. Dances back, says, come to me. Dewey, he bounces away or fends away from Paulo, in and away, and crabbing across the ground, actually loses ground. Taken by Moylan. Played back and away from Fui Moona. And now it's with Sam Burgess, 5. Now we've got 25 or 35 to go. Long to Reynolds, puts in the little kick. Was it played at? And it's been killed again. It's been knocked over the dead ball line by Bakuya. And 39:45 on the clock.
Yeah, that'll run time out. I doubt we'll get the kick in. South Sydney players heading towards the dressing room after a really entertaining first 40 minutes of play from both sides. South Sydney terrific for their 10-2 lead. Sharks doing a lot of defending at their own end of the field.
I've enjoyed this. Souths are doing magnificently. Without Inglis, no Crichton, no Gagai, and no Cook. It's a different looking side this year under the new coach.
I'm just worried about this Cronulla player who might have gone to the wrong end of the field. He's walking down there on his own, getting ready to hit the ball up from the kick-off. He'll turn around now and realise he's gone to the wrong end of the field. Whoops.
See you, Manafano.
He was all ready to hit it up, and he's thinking now, if they kick it to my end, now he's got to run 100 metres all the way up the other end to get back into position.
Now he's got to tell his teammates that he did that on purpose, just to loosen up.
That's focus. That's focus. Nothing was going to distract him from his job.
Well, he'd be too tired to take a hit up early in this set.
What I don't know is what he thought he was doing in the first half. Because he's been down that end already for 40 minutes. He's buggered. Don't give him the ball.
Oh, dear. Reminds me of a bloke called Athol Mully, a famous jockey. He went to the wrong racetrack one day. He was supposed to be on the odds-on favourite in the first. He went to the wrong track. Ave, you're back there now. So South start the second half. Cronulla finally with 13 players on the right side of the halfway line. Fafita. 12.
I noticed no one from South Sydney told him. They just let him walk down there on his own.
And the funny part about it, there's nobody sitting in the seats behind that dead ball area to sort of say to him, what do you think you're doing? Not a soul in sight down there.
I think he realised when he saw himself on the big screen.
Here he is now. Go, big fella. So Townsend drills it down into the corner, which is occupied by Robert Jennings, the leading try scorer for South this year. Got a poke in the left eye, I think. That's Heimel Hunt. 30 metres out from the South line. And South's leading 10-2 at half-time. As Graham, the winger, Campbell Graham, takes it out to the 40-metre line. That is the 14 Fui Mayono. To the 40-metre line they go now, the red and green. With Farah off the foot, no knock on. Reynolds kicks into the corner. Fecky's down there. And he's run at Reynolds. Reynolds bundles him up and puts him onto the turf. Now for Edric Lee. Lee playing fullback, which put Katella, the replacement, on the wing, all to replace Josh Dugan, who's out injured.
Yeah, this is normally the strength in their game, the Sharks coming out from their own end, but South Sydney have really made it difficult for them to get out. Only the one marker will help the feet up. And again, they're shy of the 40. They're just over the 40 now on the last. And that was all in that last 1.5 play as Townsend kicks it straight to Dewey.
So Dewey, straight and hard, able to make 15 metres from the point where he marked it. Now for Graham again. Campbell, keeping in mind there's another Graham, but Wade is finished for the night. He failed the HIA.
That's third tackle, and Burgess is only 42 out from the opposing line.
George Burgess. Big George to the 30-metre line. Now for Walker at the left. Then he goes back and picks up Dewey. Very light on his feet, isn't he? Almost graceful. Reynolds kicking into the corner. There's a big jump on from Graham. Yes. What a take! What a dive! What a try! Campbell Graham.
Tackle 6. A try. Just confirm he takes possession and grounds that ball.
Just unbelievable.
Well, it's a brilliant take. You know, we were sitting upstairs before the game and the team sheets came out. Let's have a look here to make sure he's made the catch. It looked brilliant live. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Possession he's taken cleanly by Campbell Graham, and he grounds the ball in the end goal. We have a decision.
We were sitting up on the panel before the game, and the team sheets came out. We get the team sheets of the night's teams. And the New South Wales coach, Brad Fittler, just pushed the team sheet in front of me and pointed to number 2, Campbell Graham, and said, very good kid. Very good kid.
Yeah, he also said how tall he's got, how he's shot up. And Harvey Norman replay uses all of that height to get over the much shorter man in Sasai. Fecchi never takes his eyes off it and keeps it in 2 hands all the way to the ground. Great stuff there from the winger, Andrew Johns.
Yeah, David Middleton will probably help us. I'm sure this young man was debuted last year and he was still at school. You can have a look at the frame he's got. The next couple of years, you can imagine how big he's going to turn out to be.
That's exactly right. He was at school when he debuted last year. I'm wondering, is he out of school now?
Yeah, he done the HSC last year. I think this is his first year out of school. You can imagine. Look at the frame.
Look at
the coaches likes it.
I think we called him in the Thursday night game, and he had to go to school the next day.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a brilliant take. He big, strapping young lad.
Well, I've heard you say 1,000 times, there's nothing more important than speed. But I'll tell you what, in this modern game, a bit of height, it does go a long way. Almost the touchline for Adam Reynolds to take them to 16-2. Here she comes, and it's just away. We'll take a break.
This way, mate.
What a classic moment. Don't get me wrong, there's been some great tries scored by these flankers, but that was just superb. He floated through the air like a big A380 and brought it all the way down. John Sutton playing the ball, and Murray goes ahead. Back for Farrow. Gives it to Totolo. Reynolds now for George Burgess. 14 plays 2.
Yeah, Paul Gallen straight back out there. Nice tackle now. Seguiaro warming up the sideline, not long before he's back as Reynolds again goes high to the same wing.
Well, Fecchi this time. He had really had a mile of time, Andrew.
Yeah, just on the young winger, Campbell Graham. I can't get any information whether he's at university or TAFE or what he's doing. I understand he went to Marsland College, which is a great rugby league college there in Randwick. So I'd be very proud of this young man.
It certainly is. I think it's part of the Catholic colleges here in Sydney. They compete at a very high level and they produce some wonderful footballers. Moylan gives it to Latelli. He didn't have much room to work in. And here is Dewey. Doing a good job, this kid. Now Walker gives it to Jennings. He waves Hunt inside. And eventually they put him down on the 30-metre line for Heinel Hunt to go ahead.
You just love the way they keep moving the ball, don't they? The change in their attacking football in the space of half a season has been remarkable.
Sutton.
Really effective.
It's so fresh, isn't it?
Well, everyone looks likely to pass. They don't always pass, but they look likely they will pass.
Reynolds in, chipping it into the corner. Sits up for Fecchi. So they're in familiar territory again, Cronulla.
And the Reynolds kicking game on the end of it has been brilliant. I mean, a number of times Cronulla had to bring the ball off their own line tonight. It's been incredible. And if they're going to get back into this game, they've got to do it from their own end. Reynolds has been really good.
Even this far out, they need to be next to score. Edric Lee now. Seguiaro out there at dummy half, looking to spark something for the Sharks. Fafita gets it offload away. Ramian now.
It's interesting with the Sharks as they spread the ball and they slide in defence. Souths. Latelli will play the ball. Cronulla shooting for 7 wins in a row. It's looking a little bit doubtful right now. Gallen to the 30-metre line. Seguiaro's there. Then Paulo. The pass was awful. And then it's Fecky who caught one around the chops.
That's the last tackle. That's terrible. In fact, they went that way at the end of the last set of 6. And it was Latelli had to get a rush kick in. Did a great job. And the end of the last 2 sets have been very, very poor.
Jennings. Yeah, they're striving for 7 in a row, the Sharks. It's interesting, though, the run of success started with a win against Penrith, but the next 5 victims were from outside the top 8. Overall, they've won 2 from 5 against top 8 opposition. Hunt.
Well, they're a better side now than we were early in the season as well. Can only be who's in front of you of late.
Sam Burgess with the big fend out to try and stop Moylan. 30 metres away, Farah's got a blindside that he's generated. And Fui Mayono gave it back to Dewey. Long floating torpedo. Walker showed it, went himself. Takes play inside the 20, he's 25 out. Plays it back to Sutton, one-handed picker. Got the ball back to Reynolds. Comes back to the short side. Heimel Hunt. It's a flick pass. It's gone further. Clark is out there. Clark held. Arching over the line.
Got a hand over,
beautiful
boys.
stuff. It's absolutely electric from the Rabbits.
Yeah, and a big try saver here on the try line. Might have been Katoa who got back there to make initial contact. But they look certain to score South Sydney when the ball found Clark. And they're running Cronulla ragged.
This is Ramian. Cronulla bring it off their own line with Edric Lee. Seguiaro. Lewis. Taken by Murray and Clark. How many is that they've used? 3? 3 gone. They got it 12 metres away. 4 gone, they've got it 30 away. Paulo. And oh, it's gone back to Seguiaro. Did that come off Sam? It's gone back to Moylan. And Matt is tackled on the 30-metre line.
Forward pass, the last one from Seguiaro to the support player.
Well, something always happens when Seguiaro comes on. And he's found an offload here. Burst into the backfield. It was Moylan with him. Reynolds makes sure not to tackle Moylan too early. But the ball was forward.
And it was. Andrew, a comment?
Yeah, I've got to give a big rap to the coach of the Bunnies, Anthony Seabold. That's him there on the right. He's taken over a club that's played a very structured style of play where only a handful of players would actually pass the ball. So obviously he's backed himself. He's came in with a system, a style of attack, but they must have trained it all off season, because watching players, every pass is in front. The attention to detail, the passing is crisp, but it's always in front. So well done to the coaching staff. Well done to the players, backing their skills.
Here's Clark. Farah. Walker looked left, went right. Now here's Dewey into the back line. He'll play it on the 30-metre line. Reynolds. Farah punches it out to Walker. Shows it. Now Hunt. 25 out. Lewis, the defence there for Cronulla. Sutton back for Clark, then runs around him. Takes the reverse pass.
I love those little plays like that.
Farah. Let a decoy go. Now Reynolds. He shows it. It's gone forward. Advantage goes to Cronulla-Latelli. They're on their own 20.
And by moving the ball so much, it just takes the oomph out of the Cronulla defence as well. By the time they get the football, they're almost too tired to get it out to the other end, so they surrender the football again in good field position because they're kicking from their own side of halfway more often than not.
And exhaustion, it can draw an error or two. Meters gained. Sam's gone to the top of the leaderboard jointly with Cameron Murray. Then, Sam in front, George in third spot, Hunt and Sutton. Now they're 30 out. They got enough petrol. Moylan's chasing fast. Dewey goes up. Did Moylan get checked? Yes, he did.
Yep.
Penalty. They took Moylan out.
I think the advantage there might have been to play on, because it would have been 0 tackle and South Sydney defence disorganised.
Here's Gallen. So is this where Cronulla start their comeback? Seguiaro to Paulo.
Well, they're still within reach. There's a long way to go yet.
Seguiaro to a second man, Townsend to Moylan, behind one to Lee. Edric on the arm free. They're going to put him away. Parcel him up almost on the line. From Ramian to Lewis, now to Pryor. Still got the ball away, bouncing to Seguiaro. On now Bakuya. And Bakuya to play it on the 10. 4 tackles gone against the Sharks. They're down by 12. Townsend behind Pryor. Moylan, he kicks for his wingman. And a great take by Jennings. He had Katoa coming at him with a running jump. And he still won the lead. Clark. Petition to keep him at South. I think it's reached 5,000 signatures now.
Jason Clark, he's been a toiler for a long time, hasn't he?
So Nichols is out there now. Jumper number 15. Reynolds. Kick in advance of Paulo's challenge. Lee. Outside the 20. He's met there by Farah and Murray. Now Latelli, taken by Farah and Nichols. 40-metre line, a run for Ramian. Almost halfway. Now Gallen takes Latelli with him.
That's 4 tackles in a row from Robbie Farah as well. He's loving being back in the NRL. Service has been good. Chad Townsend now looking to open up something on the outside. Can't do so, goes back the other way.
So Murray made the tackle after Walker had been beaten. Now Lewis puts in a grubbing kick and Dewey picks it up beautifully. We'll play it out on the 20-metre line. Everything is at full speed ahead. Jennings, Walker, Burgess, Tom.
Good run.
Good set so far. Now for Hunt, taken by Lewis. 4 gone for South. Now this is Big Nichols. So where's Reynolds? Here he is. Puts up a high ball towards Fecky, and there's that big
Play on,
youngster coming through.
He knocked on Fecky.
Fecky knocks on. Souths come up with a new set. They've got a chance to put this game almost away if they can do something here. Here's Sutton. Now gone to Hunt. And Hunt has got his arm free. Can he unload? penalty goes. South Sydney. Cronulla offside.
Well, you would imagine they'll kick for goal here to go beyond 12 points. It's a really good quality game. I mean, Cronulla are trying to get back into it.
We'll take a break. They're going to take a kick. So welcome back to ANZ. We've got the makings of an upset here. When I say that, I understand Souths are 3 and Cronulla are 4, but the Rabbits have got 4 players unavailable through Origin. In fact, they've equalled their highest Origin representation with 4 players in Wednesday's side. The bar was set in 2013 for the Bunnies as Reynolds puts it straight through the uprights. So it's 16-2, Andrew.
Yeah, the Bunnies, it's the first time I've seen them live for a month or so. I have to say, the form they're showing tonight, they look like a genuine threat for the premiership. Their style of play, that guy on screen then, Reynolds. Really impressed with him tonight, but then throw in the players who are out at the moment. Angus Crichton on an edge. Then you got Inglis, the magic of Inglis, whether it's a fullback or centre. Damien Cook, the speed around the middle, and also the try scorer, Alex Johnson. Looking great for the Bunnies this year.
Well, this Cronulla team are one of the best in the league and staying in the contest, but we've got a quarter of this game to go. They're trialists at the moment, and they need to score 3 times in the remaining 20 minutes. There would have to be a huge turnaround in this game because all of the energy is with the front runners at the moment.
Play by Clark. Here's Farah going for a dart. If he hadn't, I suppose it's easy now, but he had Walker going very fast on his blind side. Now Nichols makes valuable meters. Seguiaro dragging around the legs. And it's a penalty. Hand on the ball, I think, is the indication.
Make sure you're onside.
Yeah, 2013 was the last time Souths had 4 in an Origin. Nathan Merritt, Greg Inglis, Chris McQueen and Ben Teo. 16-2, Souths onto the attack again. Farah to Walker, Walker to Sutton. Clark, Tom Burgess. Got his second try in as many weeks earlier. Farah flops it back. Walker pushes on. Reynolds, right foot step. Then tries to find a little gap between a couple of forwards, Seguiaro and Gallen. Farah then out to Walker, back for Tom Burgess. 4 tackles gone for Souths now. Farah, out it goes to Walker. Walker, out to Dewey. Dewey can't get through. Oh, Edric Lee's knocked on in goal. Line dropout for Cronulla.
Well, that's just sustained pressure. Ball movement, sustained pressure. Edric Lee's got to follow the ball to the right, back to the left, back to the right again. He comes along and the pressure of trying to get the ball back into the field of play.
VB hard index. Certainly none of those, or neither of them, but there it is.
There it is, Cameron Murray.
There.
That is Cameron Murray right there.
Well, it is one of them. Thanks, Gus. Shallow restart from Moylan. The bounce good for Lee. A little juggle by Edric. Now he tries to fend away. Gets it back to Bakuya. And Bakuya is put down under a 3-man Souths tackle.
Oh, that was nice. Can change a game.
McDonald scoreboard, 16-2 in favour of the Rabbitohs.
I don't think it's over yet.
Seguiaro, Townsend, behind Pryor, Moylan, Bakuya. taken by Hunt and Nichols. And now Seguiaro goes away to his captain. Gallen put on his back. Fafita. Moylan. Ooh, hit hard over there by Fui Mayono. Played just outside 20. Townsend goes high. Dewey's under it. There's a Cronulla player on the ground. Edric Lee it was. I thought he might have been taken. Dewey again with the ball. 17 to go. This is Graham. Scored a fabulous try for South. Fui Mayono. Their captain, Greg Inglis, would be no doubt watching this somewhere. He'll become the first. They get a penalty. He'll become the first South player to captain Queensland on Wednesday, and the Rabbitohs' first state captain since Bobby McCarthy in 1971.
Wow.
The body.
Clean it up.
Couldn't he play?
Excellent touch finder there from Adam Reynolds. Finds touch 30 out.
Greg also becomes the fourth Indigenous captain of Queensland next Wednesday on a telecast exclusive to the 9 network. Clark.
It's an inspired choice, isn't it? Inglis. At this stage of his career to be captaining Queensland.
Walker to the line. Reynolds with him. Got a short ball away to Sam Burgess. Put down by Latelli. Long then for Farah. Now for Walker. Turned in for Clark. Looking, probing. Pulled down by Gallen. Farah. Tom Burgess decoy. Reynolds. Walker. On it goes. Dewey held by Bakuya. Can he get rid of it? He does. Farah puts a kick in, looking for the pads. Lee in goal. Will they get him back? No, he gets out.
And again, they've got to start on their own try line for a set of 6. The control of the field position by South Sydney has been extraordinary.
They have continually made ground without the football. Souths. Andrew's right. I'll be honest with you, I don't think I've done a Souths match this year, and I haven't seen a lot of the coverage on TV of them. But, geez, given the 4 players out, they've got to be some kind of a contender for the title.
Well, they've actually continued to improve all year. That's been the thing with them.
Oh! Picked up and he passed Bakuya without looking, and Walker snapped on it like a seagull after a chip. Sutton. Now Nichols.
Will we see seagulls at the Origin, Rabs, do you think?
Well, if they're at Amy Park, they're bound to be at the MCG, Gus.
It's only a short flight.
Yeah. There's Burgess out the back. Blood from Farah's forehead.
Here we go.
Tom Burgess. Here's Farah again. Blood streaming down his forehead. There's a break. No, it's a break for Cronulla. Here goes Katoa. Katoa with the ponytail. But look at Dewey. Dewey comes out of nowhere to put him down. Penalty for a second effort.
Well, that's a sin bit.
That's a sin bit.
No.
Drop there.
Brent, right
Well, that's a definite sin bit.
It's a deliberate professional foul. I mean, if it's a deliberate act, it's a professional foul.
Hang on. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
There he goes.
So Jennings is gone. Now, 13 minutes to go. It's game on.
Well, I think it was Katoa who threw the intercept. He got it straight back and saved a try for his team. And now he's got one out of the opposition defence for the last, well, for the bulk of this game now.
13 minutes to go.
That's Farah getting some attention. Geez, played good.
He's been great.
The aim for South Sydney here is to not let them score in this set. You know, when you're down to 12 men, if you let them score straight away, then you're in real trouble. But you've got to get back into the grind here and stop this set of 6 here. This is the one they've got to stop.
Pryor. Part of the problem, Gus, has been Cronulla stops themselves. Seguiaro on. Townsend away. Moylan behind. Lee is with the ball. There's the line. There's the corner post. Bakuya, Fafita. Fafita crabbing, unloading. Bakuya. 2 metres out from that chalk. Seguiaro gives it to Gallen. He goes hard, but they've got him and put him down on the line. 4 gone. Can they survive another? They go long to Townsend, equally to Moylan. Short then. It's bounced up there for Fecky. He's out of a tackle. Now they've got 1 to defend. 10 out. Paulo is the acting half. Townsend, the kick, the grubber. He's looking for the pads. He got them, but Souths have got the football.
Well, that's a big set of 6 in defence. Now they've got to get the ball to the other end of the field for their next set of defence.
Sam.
You put down to 12 minutes, that first set of 6, you've got to defend that. Now you get the penalty, see?
Matt!
That's how it works, Rabbits.
Hold on. Keep going.
Hang on, we've got 10 minutes here for Matt Moylan.
What for?
Too
No,
many
I think
penalties.
it's Matt Pryor, isn't
Told
it?
Paul before.
Or is it Moylan? Moylan's the one jogging away. You're right, Pete. I thought he might have been talking to Pryor.
I told you before,
what was that
Paul.
for?
I told you before in your last penalty. It's a clear cut. He's offside. It's in the core areas, mate. Rucking 10 metres.
So apparently
I told you before on that penalty.
after a warning, that's the first penalty that's been given away.
It's a 10-metre penalty.
It's been 10 minutes since that time, hasn't it?
Well, that's levelled up. The numbers count.
I think that's a harsh one. That's a really harsh one.
They keep giving all these warnings.
But their warning was some time ago.
I think you're right, Gus. If you see a professional foul, just give them 5. They'll stop. That's if you want to fix it. George Burgess.
Well, now it's 12 aside. You would think that now suits South Sydney. They're the ones with the ball movement.
This is Clark. 10 minutes to go. Reynolds back to Dewey. Dewey, he's through. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. And a thumping tackle by Lee. Reynolds. Farah. Hasn't the spying been great for Souths? Sutton trampling over one. 2 metres from the line, pulled down by Pryor. Farah got it away. Surely they can't stop him. It's Tom Burgess, a double.
Really great vision here from Robbie Farah. How handy is it to have a former Origin and Test player sitting in the wings, ready to come in when needed. And this is great vision from Robbie Farah to find Burgess a little bit of space close to the line.
Yeah, he's come into the side, Robbie Farah, and they haven't missed a beat. Service has been great. Go back and have a look at how many important defensive plays he's made as well. This one on the Harvey Norman replay, across one Burgess onto the chest of another. And that's it. Game, set and match, Andrew Johns.
Yeah, great work there by the Bunnies, but the lead-up work, Dewey, he was in space. And he could have thrown the pass or kicked or speculated with an offload, but he took the tackle. And as to the progression of the Bunnies, they linked sideline to sideline. Sutton got an angled run, played the ball, and because they've pulled them apart, Tom Burgess crashes over for his second try. They are the real deal, the Bunnies, this year. Really impressed. And look at their performance tonight. Like their big gun, Sam Burgess, has played strong, but hasn't been the standout. It's just been a sensational team effort. They are the real deal.
So 20-2 and make it 22-2. Great man would have loved that scoreboard, wouldn't he, Daphne? 22-2. The Rabbitohs over Cronulla. The late, great Richie Benno and his wife, they used to sit and watch the football every Friday night. 40 metres out from their own line, South. And here's Sam Burgess. Rolling it up to the halfway. Farah. Reynolds behind George. It's gone to Walker. He goes back to Sutton. It looks like he's playing with a new engine, John.
It's the ballroom.
Lee is there. Farah missed him. Taken by Tom.
See, for these South Sydney forwards, they're very rarely running into brick walls now. There's no real hit-up in their game. They always look like they've got the option to pass, or the ball is moving and stretching the opposition, and then when they go to have their run, they're able to get one-on-one with their opposition number. They're so big and strong. They're pulling through, playing the ball quick. Very impressive.
Townsend trying to get around them. That's Katoa. He's beaten a couple. He's beaten 3. Last time Sharks failed to score a try was 2015 in the preliminary final versus the Cowboys. They lost 39-0. The Cowboys, of course, went on to win the premiership in a classic grand final. Oh, knocked on by Walker, knocked on by Cronulla. It'll be a Cronulla feed.
Yeah, I think the 39-0 was the semi-final up in Townsville, preliminary final up in Townsville. Looking at South Sydney's draw, this is a big 2 points tonight, but I think for the next month or the next 4 games, I don't think they play a top 8 team.
I'll tell you exactly.
You got it there, have you?
Rabbits' next 4 opponents
Titans,
are
Eels,
outside the top 8.
Titans, Eels, Cowboys,
Dogs, and there's a bye thrown in there.
Wow. Bunnies on the charge.
Sharks play their next 2 games at home against the Bronx and the Warriors. So you're right.
Not quick.
The bench has been good for them tonight as well.
Come on, no, don't spoil it, fellas. Don't spoil it. Come on. George. That'll do, fellas, that'll do. Come on, fellas.
This origin period is a difficult one to negotiate. You have to call on players who haven't been in the first grade side every week.
That was quite funny there between Sam and Fafita.
Still got time out. We've got time out.
I think Sam sat on him on purpose. You watch this, you just sort of get there and then boom, sits on him. Now, if you think he fell, you're having yourself on. He did that on purpose.
It's an awesome sight, isn't it? Big Andrew lying on top of you. In fact, it works out nicely. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Yeah.
I wonder where you were going, Ian.
I'm still wondering.
Well, Sam's from England.
Here is
Radian. And he's over. Has he got it down? I think Perenara likes it.
Tackle 3. Try.
Yes, he does.
Just
Yeah,
make
they've run
there's
this
a
play a few
grounding there,
times
please,
this
mate.
year.
He doesn't lose it.
Ramian becomes the second player coming back on the inside. And he's a strong boy, this boy. He's off to Newcastle next year. It's a good buy for them. I'd say it's touched the ground there somewhere.
No question.
Taranara couldn't have a better view. We couldn't get a camera that close.
Oh, I don't know whether you're entitled to say that. This is Channel 9.
Well, that's not going to be overturned. There's not enough evidence there to say he hasn't scored, and the on-field call, and yeah, there it is. The ball's on the
Possession
ground.
is maintained by Jesse Raymond, and he grounds the ball in the end goal. We have a decision.
It'd have to be one of those exploratory surgical cameras to get in there, Rabbits.
The worm camera. The worm camera.
You've had those exploratory investigative cameras.
It's supper time, do you mind?
He's a strong player, Ramian. They had players in motion there on the outside. Bakuya, another man back on the inside, but on the Harvey Norman replay, they gave it to Jesse Ramian.
Thank God you're here, Peter.
Well, we're going areas that I don't really need to be thinking about.
Thank God you're here, champ.
It's a great defensive effort to keep this Cronulla side trialless until the 75th minute.
4.5 minutes, probably not enough time. 14 the difference. They run that little play. It's an inside run, runs across field, gets the second man back on the inside. South's read it. They got 4 defenders there. Probably got in each other's way. And he's very strong, Ramian. Really strong. Dummy inside, go out, back on the inside. They're there. They're waiting for him. He's strong. He just pushed Dewey out of the way, muscled his way over the line.
So, five sleeps away. It's all very well if you can sleep, but Holden State of Origin Game 1 from the G, from the iconic Melbourne Cricket Ground. Next Wednesday, exclusively live and free on the 9 Network. The telecast starts, headed up by James Bracey at 7 o'clock.
Remember the first time we played at Origin at the Melbourne Cricket Ground? 88,000 or something. It was an extraordinary experience.
What year was that?
I reckon it was 1994.
I think we've been there 8 times. Here's a break. Cronulla looking for points late in the game. Townsend to Katoa. Katoa scores a winger's try of good stature.
Make sure you throw intense.
Well, they're in a rush.
Yep.
Chad Townsend.
Jared.
Nice break. Some grabbing defence. Try signalled on the
Just
field.
grounding here, mate.
We only need to have a look at Katoa, whether he gets the football down on the inside of the sideline. He gets airborne. Dewey tries to push him. Yes, well done.
It was the
Sione
leading.
Katoa remains in the field of play and grounds the ball in the end goal. We have a decision.
He was the leading try scorer in Holden Cup under-20s for Cronulla last year. I think he scored 24 from 26. And he played his first grade debut match in round 1 of this year. He's in the side tonight indirectly to replace Josh Dugan, Sione Katoa.
Even if this kick goes over, this conversion, Cronulla still need to score twice. Dummy from Townsend, fend into the chest of Robbie Farah. Looked at his options. The best was Katoa. And he made it count.
Now, I make it Robert Jennings should be back by now, shouldn't he, to get them back to 13. You've got 20 seconds to go to get back on the field, so you're back on the field by the time they kick off. Remember, the clock stops after this kick.
And Townsend is right on line.
Funnier things have happened here.
22 plays 14.
Funnier things have happened.
3 minutes to go.
Well, they've scored 2 in a minute. They're back to 13 though. Good work by Townsend. Pulls through some tired defence and finds Katoa. He's a flyer, this boy. Not just on the ground, in the air by the look of it, but he can play. So this is an important set of 6 for South Sydney. They don't want to let Cronulla score another one from the kickoff.
So we're back here at ANZ with an 8-point ball game. And Souths, of course, have been very much in charge of the game almost for the entirety, and suddenly Cronulla have got an outside chance of pulling it out of the fire. That's Katoa, the youngster that got the try just now. Played to Seguiaro, now for Townsend. Behind Gallen, Paulo pushes on, Latelli with the ball, and he'll play it 5 metres into South Sydney's area. So the clock showing 2 1/4 minutes to go. Gallen.
Well, for Cronulla, the man who best suits this situation is the man in the sin bin.
Moylan, how long has he got?
Just under a minute, I reckon.
Townsend to Lee. Over the top is Katoa again, getting the ball inside to Ramian.
They've got to watch out here, South.
Last tackle.
So they go long to Townsend. He's put the kick in. They're looking for Latelli. Oh, they bungled it. Knocked on in the field of play.
They're going to get the scrum set as quickly as they can. Whistle blown.
Come in, mate. Time off.
I think it's absolutely
Keep
ridiculous
position,
you've got to
mate.
set a scrum to get time off. Games would be so much more exciting if there was time off when the ball went dead. You didn't have to run around and pack this silly scrum just to stop the clock. They'll have to score in 1 or 2 tackles.
They've got Fafita at inside centre. Hendrick Lee on his outside. Far winger Sasai Feki is in behind the 5'8".
They score on tackle 1, we will get another kickoff.
So Townsend goes to the biggest centre on the planet, Andrew Fafita. Played on the 10. Pryor puts a fend on Murray. Still drives. Moylan going back on. Seguiaro decides to have a dig. Pryor is the dummy half. Behind Gallen, long. Townsend, longer. Latelli with the ball. Put away. 8 metres out. 4 tackles gone for the Sharks. Paulo, Moylan, Gallen to the centre of the ground. 8 out. 40 seconds to go now. Cronulla down by 8 as Townsend goes across the back of the ruck. Moylan goes short into Lee. He's able to get it away to Seguiaro, and he's short. Knock on. And that should be, thank you linesman, thank you ball boys.
Yeah, that wraps it up.
Wow.
It's never over, is it, these days? It's never over. But a really good win there by South Sydney, who came into this game without 4 of their origin stars. With due respect to Cronulla too, I mean, they only had the 1 origin player, but they lost Dugan before kick-off, and they lost Wade Graham early in the game to the HIA, so they too were without 3 origin quality players. A good game of football.